Hello, and welcome to the show about fun facts and a little bit of science. Today we are talking about the groundbreaking technology behind the automaker Porsche. Porsche or Porsche? It's Porsche. First, a little background. Porsche has been around since 1948 when Ferdinand Porsche and his son Ferry opened up shop with 200 workers. Ferdinand Sr. designed the Volkswagen Beetle back in the 1930s, and Jr. has helped push the Porsche brand forward by designing their first sports car, the 356. This brought forth the industry first of having comfort and reliability in a sports car. Then in 1964, they released the 911, which was, again, ahead of its time. As for advanced technologies, way before the Porsche brand existed, Ferdinand was bringing many world firsts. In 1898, he wowed the world with the P1, Ferdinand's first car, but also the world's first electric car, which managed to have a range of 50 miles, which was more than the gas-powered vehicles of the time, and of course, made a lot less noise. Really makes you wonder why electric vehicles haven't been around longer. In 1900, he astonished the world with the first all-wheel drive car, which would end up being the same technology NASA used on their lunar rover 70 years later. Later on, he would develop the first hybrid vehicle, the first aerodynamically shaped high-performance limousine, and the world's first two-seater sports car, known as the Sasha. Ferdinand Porsche passed away at the age of 75 back in 1951, but the Porsche brand continues his legacy by bringing new advancements with their latest vehicles. In 2020, thanks to a total of 27 new developments, the Porsche Taycan is the most important innovation driver in the global automotive market. 13 of those innovations are world firsts. The fully electric Taycan's active aerodynamic system helps redirect air to cool the brakes and to increase the range per charge. And speaking of charge, it's the first production vehicle to have a system of 800 volts. This actually allows the battery to be recharged to 80% in just 22 minutes. They have also started using 3D printed parts. Of course, they aren't using your everyday printer. They have specialized equipment that can utilize metal. The printers save them a ton of time, and not just in the development phase either. During the assembly process, they eliminate 40 steps and save 20 minutes with each one. The end result weighs 10% less, has less vibration, and is twice as strong as the traditional cast parts. This technology will even open up opportunities to produce rare vintage parts for vehicles that are long out of production. Now, if you're into cars, you'll probably understand the desire for a traditional combustion engine, something that runs on fuel. With the move to electric vehicles, it will be harder and harder to find this type of engine, especially one with a manual gearbox. Don't get me started on that. So do we just suck it up and buy an electric car, or get stuck buying older models to fill our desires? Well, don't get so sad just yet. Porsche is finding incredible new ways to keep drivers excited for the future. They are working on alternative fuels to keep the existing engines alive and environmentally friendly. They are calling it eFuel. All right, but it will be, quote, as clean as electric vehicles. This new synthetic fuel can be used in an existing engine, which is great because you may not know it, but we have a lot of cars on the planet. So the fact that they can create something that will be as clean as electric vehicles could possibly be the most incredible innovation that has ever been innovated. For cars anyway. Porsche will be testing this new fuel by as early as 2022. Now, hopefully this wouldn't be more expensive than current gasoline, but considering it's a new technology and they need to pay for their research time, I would lean towards this being hard to find and pretty pricey. This e-fuel is actually less complex than traditional gasoline as well. Gasoline comes from crude oil, which is fossil fuel, and fossil fuels are limited. They come from the remains of plants and animals that died millions of years ago. So I guess your car doesn't really have horsepower, it has dino power? Crude oil, or petroleum, is a liquid fossil fuel that consists of hydrocarbons. Without getting too deep into what gasoline is or how it's made, it's important to know we are making other advances toward ethanol-based fuels. At the pumps, you probably see that contains 10% ethanol sticker. This helps us reduce greenhouse gas emissions, and there are ways to run some vehicles on higher percentages, but it's not as simple and clean as this e-fuel. So And to finish up that note on the complexity of eFuel, the company states that it only uses 8 to 10 components compared to the 30 to 40 needed in traditional fuel, putting out less nitrogen oxides. Only 3.2 million of the 64 million vehicles sold in 2020 were electric. And not to diminish the fact that that's up more than 1 million from 2019, it just goes to show that we are a long ways away from making a massive global impact in the right way. The sooner companies like Porsche get the research completed, the sooner we can start pumping synthetic fuels, which reduces our chances of a Mad Max-style apocalypse. Duh. As always, thanks for watching, and what did you learn today?